you're a trade or construction business and you have a website, but you're still not getting any calls, it's not working. And the truth is, you're losing jobs every single day without even knowing it. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly why your website might be underperforming and what you can do instead so that you can get more leads out of your website. And the very first thing you wanna do is just bring up page speed insights. Put your URL in there. So if you put your website in this performance tool, it'll literally give you all the performance metrics of your website. And what it's telling you is how fast your website even loads. A lot of people are on mobile these days. So if your website doesn't load fast on mobile, which is what we're on, you're going to have a lot of people that drop off before they even go to your website. So this is a very critical thing to fix. So literally down here, it'll tell you exactly what you need to fix and how to fix it. And then if we go over to desktop, the desktop is about the same performance. So we still have performance issues. And that's one quick way of finding out why you might not be getting as many leads as you need, because some of them aren't even loading in, or they're loading in and it's just broken. The next thing we need to do is establish what makes a website actually unique and what makes a website actually work. First off, on this example that I have from a client that we've built a website for recently, you can see here, there's quite a lot of color going on. Color wasn't really brought into the picture on this. And so color alone, if your colors don't even make sense, people will get confused and they'll just leave. The next thing, and this is a real big one, is stock images. I don't know what it is, but homeowners know when you're using stock images or even fake images like this, and they're going to be put off by your business. And you have to remember, a website is a first impression for you. So when you have literally stock images like this, it doesn't build trust. And what our website needs to do is to build trust as quickly as humanly possible so that we can get their leads information. Now here, we've got the Google reviews, which is absolutely great. You need to have Google reviews on your website. However, we have a lot more than 51 reviews. So the more reviews you have, the better you are perceived by the homeowner. So you want to make sure your reviews are actually up to date. Next, we've got our service listing. Now, again, these are all fake photos, and the text itself looks like it was written by ChatGPT. And what you want to do is, if you read this text out loud and it doesn't quite make sense to you, you know you need to change it. Then here, the website is very text heavy. And what you'll find is these days, people don't need a lot of text to actually confirm whether you're legit or not. So you want to get rid of all this heavy text because no one's going to read it anyway. You want to swap out these photos for something actually of you, and then all this technical information you can leave in here, but I would bury it somewhere deeper into these service pages. So if we go to the project section, which a lot of people will be looking at, we've kind of repeated the same thing here, and there's a spelling mistake. So like immediately when people see stuff like that, they sort of question, how much effort have you even put into this website? And if it's not enough, how much effort are you going to put into doing a job at my house? And so when they see little mistakes like this, which doesn't quite sit right, people will just leave and you won't even get the information. The About Us section, this is quite clearly a picture not from the company. And people are really going to question how legit this company even is. We need to build so much trust as quickly as possible. And this website just isn't helping us build trust. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, is this even a real company? Because this website is just all over the place. Whereas what we want to do instead is you want to have a very clear headline about what you do. You want to have a description about what you do. You want to have any trust building logos, like anyone you're partnered with or associated with, your reviews. You want to have all this stuff on the page, and you want to use real photos from your own business. Here, it's another supporting text with a nice photo. It's nice and short, and it gives people just enough information on what we actually do. Here we've got a picture of the actual owners, so people can tell straight away this is a real company. They're wearing their actual polos that are embroidered. Like, we just know this is a real company, and it says the area that they're in and what they do. Here we have a very simple process, which you want to show. We've got more trust building icons that I like to call them, and we're giving more benefits, like benefits, benefits, benefits. That's what helps us build a more trustworthy looking website. And the overall layout is just so nice and clean. And even if you go to mobile, it's a very nice looking website, even on mobile. So even on mobile, you can see how nice and clean it looks. If your website doesn't even look good on mobile, people aren't even going to inquire with you because how, again, it comes back to the question, how much effort have you put into your website and how much effort are you going to put in the work you're going to do for me? Here we've got another website example. We can tell these guys are in Auckland and exactly what they actually do. Straight away, we can fill in a form, which I can fill out my details if I don't need any more convincing, or I can keep looking down to see what services these guys provide. And they've made it quite clear our high rise rope access services. So we know these are the services these guys provide. We've got some more no job too big or too small. We've written down our reviews. I've put down the simple process of how we work and then the phone number so people can immediately pick out their phone and dial the number. It's nice and big. Got some reviews and then get a free high rise quote. If we look at the services we provide, we have a different service page for each different service that we provide. And you want to have specific information on the service on this page because whoever's looking at this wants to know more information about the services that you provide. And all these photos help build trust, not only to get the leads information, but also when you sell them over the phone, it's going to make it a lot easier because they've already seen you. And then it shows, we serve the entire Auckland area, and here's some suburbs that we serve as well. This is what we need. You need an About Us section to show who you are and what you do. And so we've got some reviews, we've got a nice form, and we've got our service area as well. You just need a very simple contact form, how people can easily get in touch with you. They can either call you, they can email you, or they can fill in the form. And that's what you need to build a nice looking website. It needs to be clean, it needs to be not too text heavy, and it just needs to be simple. As soon as you have a complicated website, people leave, they get discouraged, and you'll lose them as a potential customer. One last piece of information before I go. If you are strolling through this website, does it all flow really nicely? So when you go from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, does it flow nicely? Does it make sense after you look at the finished product that you've just done so that it makes sense for the homeowner as well? Because if it doesn't make sense to you and you're the tradesman, you know exactly what you're talking about, it's not going to make any sense to the homeowner whatsoever. So if your website isn't even generating calls, you're not generating quotes, and you most certainly are not closing jobs. That's not only just a missed opportunity, but those are opportunities that are going to your competitors. You want to make sure that your website looks the absolute best in your local area because that's what's going to build the most trust with your customers and your actual sales. So if you want to turn your website into a lead generating machine, you can actually book a call with us below, and we're more than happy to show you how we can do that for your business. If this video helped, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below.